Hi, hello. Today we're gonna be doing another Reddit video. Woo, okay. So I actually just put up a TikTok of myself in that date everything trend where you're like, which date everything character should you cosplay as? And I got Chance. So I'm really excited about that, and I may or may not try and actually do the cosplay. I say I got Chance, like it wasn't just like a couple comments. There were comments for Chance, there was comments for Koa, and there were comments for Abel, I think. So, but Chance is the D20, I have to do it. If I can pull it off, because it's like, it looks like such a complicated cosplay, but if I can pull it off, I'm gonna do it. Okay, moving on to Reddit stories. Today, as per usual, we will be doing some gay Reddit stories. I, 28 female, found out my husband, 29 male, and life partner of 10 years is gay. Trigger warnings: infidelity, betrayal, suicidal ideation, and exploitation. First post: am I, 28 female, too blind to notice the red flags I have in my marriage, 28 male, October 10th, 2017. It's 5 p.m. I've just done another 9-hour day at the office job I can't stand. They pay me well, though. I have a funny feeling in my stomach that it isn't normal there, a slight dread of going home to my one and only. I can already see him. He finishes work an hour earlier. He's on the couch, belly hanging out over his dirty work pants, watching a game show with his iPad in one hand, playing some video game he's addicted to. He'll get up and help me with dinner, which I appreciate, and then return to the same position. He's complained about feeling overweight, so the both of us have started a healthy diet. Every night we go to bed, though he's on the iPad. He knows I don't agree with technology in bed, but doesn't show any interest in being intimate with me whatsoever. I've told him that the lack of affection is hurting me, to which he says, in the past you don't want it when I do, so I've given up. Plus our relationship is so good we don't need sex to validate it. It's true, I can be moody when it comes to sex, but most of the time I'm all for it, so I don't really get it. We are doing good financially, except we both tend to sneak bigger purchases from each other, which I know is bad. We own a home, and we do well at work, and are planning to start a business and a family within the next year. The starting a family part terrifies me. He's so ready now, but with our lack of intimacy, I don't see it happening. Plus, I feel like there's a big something missing emotionally with us. This will only get worse with kids, am I right? He's my best friend. We share everything and laugh until our ribs hurt. It's been 9 fun-filled years together. That's my entire adult life. I can't picture a life that doesn't have him there. I try to talk to him about how I'm feeling, and he brushes it off every time. You're looking into things too much, he tells me. He admits to being part of the blame, yet won't change a thing. He says our future looks bright and we'll have cute little kids soon to keep us busy and make us stronger. There's also the fact that he talks work/business 24/7 due to a lack of social life on his side. I'm an artsy person who loves talking real, but we've clashed so much lately our conversations die within 2 minutes. He means so much to me, but my friends are telling me I'm too naive and a pushover. The warning signs are clear, I'm just choosing not to see them. But here I am on Reddit. Sometimes the advice here is amazing and other times it's a bit mean, but I can handle this. I don't want to be unfair on him. He cares for me, he cooks and helps clean, etc. We have fun holidays often, but those are the only current positives for me, on top of holding on to 9 years of memories I can't let go of. That's the first post. Sorry, I just woke up, and it's like midnight, so I'm a little bit out of it. I don't have much to say about the first post, because we know where it's gonna go, because the Best of Redditor Updates post says where it's gonna go, that the guy is gay, and that's why there's a lack of intimacy. But I'm happy she went to Reddit, because if she's looking for that intimacy, she's not gonna get it with this guy. For reasons that we know that neither of them, well, one of them definitely doesn't know, the other one may know. I just think it's good that she went to Reddit, and I hope that it doesn't all go down in flames. My 28 female husband, 28 male of 7 years is taking his new 26 female friend on a nice dinner date tonight, and I don't know how to react without being jealous. 1 year later, wait, how was it? So didn't they say it was I'm so confused. Because the one that was in 2017 said 9 years. This one is saying 7 years. Unless it's an old post that they dug up on her profile. Okay, whatever. My 28 female husband, 28 male of 7 years is taking his new 26 female friend on a nice dinner date tonight, and I don't know how to react without being jealous. October 3rd, 2018, 1 year later. Before I start, I know that therapy is the best thing for depression and anxiety, fueled jealousy, and I am pursuing this. So my hubby has always had female friends via his work, and I'm never much worried about it. I usually end up meeting those women, and they're lovely, married or whatever, but totally a non-threat. Guess I'm not always jealous. Over the last couple of months, he's been working with the female mentioned in my heading. He's in a trade industry, and having a female in his kind of role is rare, especially in this small town. He's really supportive of women's rights and equality. Hell yeah. The hell yeah was me. I've never met her, but I know what she looks like, as he's described her a lot. My husband is work obsessed, so maybe it's nice he has someone female he can work with. He can talk with me, but after an hour or more I get bored listening. So last night he tells me he's going to his bi-monthly trade dinner. It's actually a really nice evening where everybody dresses up fancy and has dinner and drinks while listening to guest speakers. And he tells me he's going to pick her up and take her as his +1. He usually goes with his coworker dude. He's the most trustworthy guy I know, but I saw red. He knows I struggle with anxiety and jealousy, and he thinks he's helping me get over it by doing something like this. They'll be out together late, as it's a big evening, and I can't bear the thought of it. He often puts me second to other people's needs, and this is kind of the last straw amongst other things going wrong in my world. He's coming home to get ready / dressed up soon. What do I say to him? I can't pretend to be okay with it, but I don't want to fight before he goes. Who is this amazing woman, and why does she get to go out and be on my husband's arm for tonight? We're so low income that I'll be home crying into my 2-minute noodles. Relevant comments. I'm not trying to add fuel to the fire, but why doesn't he take you as his +1 and let his new friend go by herself? OOP. His argument is that I'm not interested enough in his trade, and it's a trade dinner, but I love dinner and love him, so I'd be happy going. OOP made an update in the comments. I thought I'd better provide an update. I'm sorry it's taken me a while, but the last few days have been a blur. So he went to pick up the woman for dinner, and as he made his way, she texted saying she can't make it. We had a pretty big argument about it when he eventually came home, and he said, I do wonder if she thought it's weird a married man asking her to go to dinner. The poor girl. I said I'd agree with that, and he said, no, you're just jealous, but that's not unusual. He said that we're special and that she's just business to him. I know I need to stand up, but my silly heart can't fight him. So that's that. Do they get in a fight over it? Well, listen, maybe I'm too chill. I'd probably be a little bit jealous over someone taking someone else to like a trade dinner, but also if it's something that I don't understand and something I wouldn't enjoy going to, I wouldn't mind if my partner brought someone else. And I mean, maybe it's different with being gay. I'm thinking he brings another man. Oh no, that would be a little bit. It'd be a little bit weird when it comes to like, because I'm gay, I feel like it'd be a little bit weird too. Unless it was like a close friend. I could, no, it was right before. If it was someone who was like a guy friend who was nice, you know, I guess I wouldn't mind him taking him. It would depend on how much trust there was in the relationship. And I'd hope after, 7+ years that I'd be okay with my partner going to an event with someone else. Like, it may make me a bit jealous, but I'll know I would know in the back of my mind, like, it's not something I'd be interested in, and this other person is more interested in it, and it's just not something. I'm one who is like, oh, if I'm not interested in something, I don't want to go out of the house. So I probably would appreciate them bringing someone else if it was something I wouldn't like. Next post, I, 28 female, found out my husband, 29 male, and life partner of 10 years is gay. If you've read my last posts, December 11th, 2018, 2 months later. If you've read my last post, you can see we've had issues. I've had trust and abandonment issues most recently since we moved cities 2 years ago almost. But despite my recent issues, I've always had this man by my side, my absolute best friend, my mentor, my travel buddy, my lover, and my husband. I know we've got together quite young, but I've never doubted that he's the one. Even when I've been hurt, I mean, what relationships don't have their issues to work through? My last post mentioned I found a photo of him and his Johnson, and whoa, where was that? My last post that I guess is not here for some reason mentioned I found a photo of him and his Johnson, and it raised huge suspicions for me as he'd been hanging out with a girl a lot, which turns out she's no threat, lol. I have to laugh because since he told me 3 weeks ago that he's always been gay, I've been in tears. Now I feel like a lot of wives would hate their spouse for coming out like this, but I could see his genuine fear and hurt in telling me about it. He loves me and didn't want to hurt me. I'm the first and only person he's told, so I feel guilty for sharing, but our identity is hidden here. His choice to marry me was genuine. I was the only female to ever spin his wheels. Nothing boyish or manly about me, just for clarity, lol. He's always wanted a big family and a busy household, but our choice to hold back on having kids, has meant it's often just him and I kicking it together. I still love him. I'm hurting. I'm confused. He wants to stay together, but only if I change, not to be a dude, but he doesn't see me as happy within myself and says we won't work if I don't fix myself. He wants more friends. He wants to be more independent. He doesn't want to do things just us anymore. All the things I love, like our walks, picnics, bike rides, camping, flicks and chill. He said our marriage made him feel fat and depressed. He's now lost so much weight and is grooming more, etc. Anyways, that's some pretty grueling personal stuff from the girl that's not supposed to tell his soul, but is sharing it all on the web. I'm going to counseling and I'm seeing a doctor because I need help getting through this. He wants to make it work and promises faithfulness, and I want to make it work and accept it. I just don't know if that's worth going through a second heartbreak. We could last forever, or we might not make it to 2019. I'm so tired. TLDR, my life partner of 10 years just told me he's gay, but wants to stay committed and faithful to our relationship marriage. Relevant comments. Get out, OP. He might be promising you faithfulness, but what he isn't promising you or even showing you is love. You deserve better. You didn't make him fat and depressed. That's very shaming of him to claim it, and it shows a lack of self-awareness, willingness to take responsibility for his actions. There was a post some time ago from a woman who had stayed with and supported her husband after he came out for years, until he felt ready to leave her and go date men. She took care of him, but nobody took care of her. I still feel her heartache. You could still love him and be his friend, but you're selling your life out if you remain his wife. In my opinion, of course. And I'm sorry you're going through this. OOP says he says he feels love, but I guess we've only been adults with each other and never apart. There's a definite dependency between us. I know it's unhealthy. And the woman you mentioned above, I could see myself being that way. I've never felt such love. He hurt me and I still love him the same, but I don't want to wait for him to want to leave for Mr. Right. I think a second heartbreak would kill me. This is so very crushing. Thanks for your supportive words. Another person says, my mom and dad were married for 35 years, best friends, amazing marriage. 4 years ago he came out. It's something he figured out later in life, and he struggled with it for a few years before telling her. They took a year to decide what to do with this new normal. They couldn't imagine being apart, but staying together would never be the same. It's been 4 years. This Christmas will be all together as always, except my mom's boyfriend and my dad's boyfriend will be there too. It's been difficult for them to get to this point, and they definitely aren't as close as they were. It was a slow ripping off the band-aid undoing their marriage, but they are now on the other side and happy again. I don't really have advice except to be brave and honoring your feelings and moving forward. Wishing you well in your new normal. OOP says, wow, that's a big one. 35 years would be a lot more to undo. I'm glad your parents found a new normal and can still be friends. I do hope that we can undo our marriage in a calm and neutrally beneficial way. We are both very quiet-natured people who, despite disagreeing a lot, are good at talking things out without losing it. I can't believe I just typed undo our marriage without the tears coming out. Probably just a bit too tired, but I think it's for the best that choice. Yeah, but I think it's for the best if that's the choice we make, for him and especially for me. Okay, based on the post that I've already read, she should probably leave. Like, I'm seeing, as a gay man, I can't help but insert myself into the gay man's place. And, like, I get comfort, I get familiarity, but she's not going to get love in that relationship and not get the love that she deserves out of it. And he's not going to get to be himself fully in this, like, he's never going to be able to be fully himself in this relationship. And just the fact, and it bothers me though, that he was like, oh, you're the reason that I'm getting fat and blah, blah, blah. Like, no, you're the reason. If you feel like you're getting overweight and fat or whatever, that's you, not her. Why he's putting the blame on her and their marriage is insane to me. The only solution I see where everything's gonna end up better at the end is her leaving, breaking up so that they can, like, find themselves. And especially since they've been dating since, like, they were teens, the only thing they've known is each other. They've never had other relationships or other people to compare it to, you know? So it's just like, it's their normal, and they obviously don't want to change it, and I understand people not wanting to change it, but they could and probably will find better. Alright, December 20th, 2018, 9 days after last update. Update from my previous post. Thanks Reddit for being my words of advice and support on a topic I'm still temporarily bound to secrecy with. I've been having some great sessions with my counselor, and after a month of misery, heartache, and anxiety-fueled issues, I'm feeling much stronger today. But it's a hard road ahead. 2019 will be a bumpy road, but one where I discover myself and who I was before I gave my heart and soul to this man who broke it. We are still together. He seems to think that we will be fine, but I've been very honest with him and how I feel. I defended myself against him wanting me to change to suit his needs. We've stopped trying for our baby, 1, because I'm finding it difficult in the bedroom now, and 2, because the security I had is 100% gone. I told him I'm giving myself a year tops to decide if I truly want to stay. I also said I want him to do the same. If he does 100% still love me and yearn for me, and me alone, he needs to fight for me. And if he's truly fully gay and not bi/confused, then I know this won't happen. It wouldn't be good for either of us. He's told me that now I know he's into guys, that he hasn't felt into them as much, and that he's only been feeling horny and yearning love from me instead of his porn. He also tells me the crush he had has gone, and he's pushed that person away, but I don't think I can fully believe that right now. I guess mentally, I've already decided that it's not going to work out between us. We're best mates still, so we can handle this being a slow process, falling out of love while we slowly untangle our lives together, is how I see the year going. We're about to spend our 2-week Christmas break together without our families, but his need for always having friends around us now will make it easy to get through. I'm finding I like having others around now that I'm finding I like having others around now too. It's like my heart is hardening. I also worry that I'm going to hurt him if I decide to go. I know it's silly considering how much I'm hurting now. This is the most fucked outcome I could have ever pictured for my deluded happily ever after. I'm still processing this, but I hope that him and I can both find happiness. I hope the hurt becomes easier to deal with, and I hope that he never breaks the heart of another unsuspecting woman again after me, due to the fact that he still yearns a normal family and doesn't want his family to ever know he's gay. But those are his issues now, not mine. 2019 is about me. I'm normally so selfless, but I have to put myself first now. TLDR, update, my 28 female husband and partner of 10 years told me he's gay, and I'm still here, but perhaps not forever now. So I'm still not, wait, oh no, because there's infidelity. The tags said infidelity, so that's going to be coming up. So as much as my brain is like, oh, he seems to care still, no, there's going to be infidelity. So unless OP does it, which I doubt based on her mental state in this. Oh gosh, now I gotta read the next update. Okay, my heart is dead now. I hope he's happy he can use me until he finds love. April 29th, 2019, months after last post. Something I couldn't send to an old friend about my current 10-year-long love. So a bit of heavy shit here, but I still feel like you're one of the only people alive who really knows me. Why is she saying it like one per... Oh, you're one of the only... No, yeah, you're one of the only people... Why is she saying one of? If she's talking to like Reddit as a whole. Oh, but anyways. I'm in the most thick of depression, and I want to know what have you done to escape it. Oh... So this is being written out as though she was writing to her friend that she can't tell about this. Okay. So a bit of heavy shit here, but it feels like you're one of the only people alive who really knows me. I'm in the most thick of depression, and I want to know what you would have done to escape it. I feel suicidal, but I'm 30, and that's a stupid cry for help. I'm almost asking myself for help now. I'm meant to be an adult, but I'm so lost. So now I'm feeling like I'm still 17 years old, and I'm like, should I trip on the mushrooms I have dried from last year, or just miss work until I find myself? Do I run away from my life with absolutely no money and no safe zone because I live on the wrong island? Moved cities recently. Now, what do I do to escape this feeling of heartbreak, doom, self-loathing, and utter despair? My whole world is caving in, and even though I have caring friends, I'm still so alone with what I'm dealing with. 10 years of life and love to find out he doesn't want me, he wants a man. I was self-conscious, confused, and in a mess when he found me in our 10 years I've raised above and grown with him. I've achieved so much, and our memories have always been so happy and fun-fueled. In this recent news, I've learned this means nothing. His love removed from me brings me to my knees. I feel hopeless. He's not kind in telling me his gay tendencies. I'm supposed to be fully okay and continue marriage until he finds his true man love. I'm just his friend. The future plan of a lifestyle, home, pets, kids, holidays just dissolved. He wants a man. He knew this before he married me 10 years ago. How did I fall for his love this whole time? I'm empty. I'm crushed. I can't see the good in all that surrounds me outside of him. I can't face another day. The one thing I do want to say about this OP, I like how she's talking about how she's feeling about this while not being like homophobic or like pushing any type of stereotypes. You know what I mean? Because like I could slightly understand her feeling homophobic or having homophobic thoughts because of how negative this is affecting her. But she has been really unknowingly, I think, respectful of queer people in not like blaming them or blaming his queerness per se for why that they're like breaking up. She's saying, oh yeah, he's gay, so he doesn't care for me, so that is why it's not going to work. I don't know. Maybe I'm missing something. Maybe I haven't processed something that does sound like homophobia. But there was one story where a guy was like, this girl found out that her husband had been with a guy before, not like that he was gay, just that he had been with a guy before. And she's like, oh, he wouldn't like me because I'm not a man, and blah, 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 and was being super biphobic. And it's like, whoa, you can point out why you're upset without taking it out on like a community. Oh, this is the last update. I, female 31, live with my ex of 10 years, male 30. After he came out as gay a year ago, I'm trying to date someone new. Oh, that's good though. If you're anything like my friends, your initial reaction will be, girl, get the heck out of there, but it's not so simple. I work full time, but my wages are not enough to live alone. At this age, all my friends are married with kids and can't take me on. I have no family here as I live in a different city. I could flat with university students, but at my ripe age, I know it wouldn't be good. So I live in my own bedroom lounge, in the house me and my ex-hubby rent together. The thing is that I'm finally hitting the dating scene. The guy I've started seeing knows my story and seemingly doesn't mind, but deep down I feel like it may be damaging things. He can't ever come here, and I have to drive out of town to see him. My ex has been dating since July. He has a steady boyfriend, and to my disgust, a girl he fools around with too. Wait, he has a steady boyfriend and then a girl on the side. So like, no, he doesn't just have like his steady, so they probably are officially together, partner, and then he has someone on the side. So I don't feel like, looking back at this, the whole story, I don't feel like this man wanted to leave because he's gay, because I mean, he's gay, but like more umbrella term gay than actually homosexual. He seems to be probably like bi or pan or something. And it's like, why did he ruin the relation? Okay. This man, like, I respect him as a queer person, love who you want, like whatever, do whatever, I don't care. But it's just some of the little things he's done are a little bit, you know? He fools around with two. I'm over being upset about that, but I know I'm never going to truly get over it while being stuck here. Rent in this city is madly high. I could live in a small turd box with no money left, or I could live a comfortable life here in this emotional prison. I can't wait it up. I know I'm not moving on the way I should be while I have to see my ex every day. And if I was my new date, I'd be slightly uncomfortable knowing he lived with his ex, even if she were gay. Financial ruin or never moving on. I'm trying to get promoted at work, but it'll take time and a bit more of my soul. I could move back to my home city, but all my friends and my new date are up here. And my job is the first job I've ever liked going to, and I don't want to lose that. I don't know if advice will help, but any is appreciated. TLDR, I live with my ex due to difficult circumstances, and am anxious about dating and stuffing it up. Yeah, no, okay, the first comment, I think this could be fake, just because specifically there's two things this person is about to mention that I'm gonna read. And then also the fact that the first post said they were together 9 years, the second one said 7, and like the dates kept jumping around. And then this person points out, putting aside the rest of this clusterfuck, how the hell did they go from being well off financially, owning a home and planning to start a business and a family soon, in the first post, to 1 year later being so low income I'm crying into my 2-minute noodles? Someone says, also, she went from hating her job to loving it. Also, he's a tradesman in a small town that has several companies in that trade that do fancy dress dinner parties bi-monthly. Yeah, that's weird too. Someone says, I've known a lot of tradesmen and almost universally they do not like dressing up frequently. I highly suspect those are him going out on date nights and lying to her so that it was work related and she'd be bored so he could hang out with her. Am I the asshole for saying the word gay? So to backtrack, this was during the school year. I've always been one of the smartest kids in my class with gifted identification in mathematics and language. Back in year 7, my friends and I were playing a game where we had to find an odd synonym for random words and use it in a sentence. My turn came and someone gave me the word happy. My mind, of course, drifted to the term gay, which used to be referred to for happy and or carefree. I stated the word and they say, I stated the word and said, that boy just completed the school year, he is very gay. One of the people I was playing the game with had the tendency to be very loud. Who is gay? He exclaimed. This, of course, caught the teacher's attention. Without context, the teacher thought I was being homophobic. She then went on a huge rant about how we need to be inclusive and how my behavior could get me kicked out of all my teams. I participate in 14 different clubs in school. Don't judge. I totally understand the rant if I was actually being offensive. My friends all told her the context, but she just told us not to lie like that. Your friend made a mistake and should be held responsible. She then informed me later on that it would be put on my permanent record. I was extremely taken aback by this, as I was in year 7 and teachers were already recommending me for year 8 class at valedictorian. I also had my submission for the school board equity group about bringing awareness about neurodivergence being looked over, so I couldn't risk this. The next day I ran to the school counselor who, after hearing what happened, assured me that it wouldn't be on my record and that she would handle it. The situation got handled, but the teacher still gives me dirty looks. Am I the asshole? No, it's not. He's obviously not the asshole. And I don't think he's the asshole. The teacher seems like a fucking asshole because all the friends were like, hey, here's the context for what was said. And they're like, nope. It was obviously said in a bad way. Like, is it bad that I think it's a little bit homophobic that she assumed that the word gay was being used negatively? Even just saying that someone else is gay or like, well, that would be outing someone possibly. But the fact that she said that she took this one guy saying who's gay and then assumed that it was bad. Kind of weird, but okay. I'm very happy about that counselor who's helping this kid, this poor guy, because like, he didn't do anything wrong. He was just saying someone was happy, which, that's always good, right? Am I the asshole? My daughter came out as gay and I feel like I've failed as a parent. This one's gonna piss me off. Update, my daughter, 23 female, just came out as a lesbian. She held a dinner for the whole family, drank a whole lot, and then finally at the end, very nervously said she was gay. Everyone just looked at each other, trying to figure out what the big deal was. My reaction, I've always suspected, was, okay, who wants dessert? My daughter later told me she expected more support. I told her there was just no need to come out. She could have just invited her girlfriend, just like she would have a boyfriend. I told her she didn't need to hold a dinner party to announce that all of us loved her and didn't care whether she was gay, straight, trans. She burst into tears. The thing is, I've always made sure my daughter knows she is loved no matter what, and no one in the family cares who is LGBTQ. We have several family members who are gay, so I'm genuinely confused as to why she felt the need to come out. I feel I have failed as a parent because she felt the need to come out instead of just knowing she was free to love anyone she wants without judgment from me. I have no idea how I was supposed to be supportive because it's not a big deal to me. I told her I would attend protests and even go to gay bars with her, but she's still mad at me. If you think I am the asshole, can you please tell me how I can be more supportive? Original posted in Ask LGBT. Update, thank you for everyone who answered me. I read all of them and you are amazing. I apologized to her and paid for a weekend trip for her and her girlfriend to Las Vegas. This made her so happy. She's skipping around again. Okay, the first comment, not the asshole, you just worded it poorly. I'd just say that I'm sorry for how I chose my words. What I meant to say is that I love and supported you already and your orientation didn't change that. I do care about you and I'm glad you felt comfortable telling me. I said NAH, but I read it as not the asshole. It's no assholes here. And then OP says, this is beautiful, I'm gonna use it, thank you. I completely understand. This went better than I expected, okay? Because I expected for the mom to be like, oh, I failed as a parent because they're queer or something like that, which was not the case. They felt like they failed as a parent because the child felt the need to come out rather than knowing that they are loved already. I have experience with this because I am in a family that's very supportive of queer things, and like during Pride months and stuff, my family will buy me like rainbow stuff, and they're just really supportive. My aunt gave me like a balloon that is upstairs right now, but it's a balloon that was like, love is love. Even with having a family as supportive as my family, I still felt the need to come out because, like, I don't know why. I just felt like I wanted people to know. And I guess I wanted that support of like being told outright, explicitly, yes, I support you, you know? Maybe it's not, and like I understand where this parent's coming from, where it's like, I've shown that I would care about you no matter what, but I think sometimes with queer people, we need like that explicit, that we are supported. Like, hey, I support you, I love you, this doesn't change anything. I feel like sometimes we need to hear that. I mean, even for me, I guess, I knew, like, deep inside, I was like, okay, no one's gonna care if I come out. No one's gonna, I'm not gonna be treated differently, I'm not going to be kicked out or anything, but there still was a part of me that needed to hear that from my family, you know? And I don't think I would have minded if I heard what this mom said, because my mom literally was like, oh yeah, I'd love you if you were a worm or something like that, but or no, I'd love you even if you were a caterpillar, when I came out as trans. so I think, like, I don't think I would have minded her saying how she did, but I think it could have been worded better. And obviously this specific lesbian, this specific person wanted a different support method, basically, you know? Last time I forgot to screen cap for one specific story, and I couldn't put it in my video because I could not find the story again. I have a bad track record of reading stories, and then when I go back to get them for edits, for editing into the video, the story's already gone. So, yeah. Maybe I'll make a video one day of all the stories I've had to cut because I can't find the posts. Okay, alright, that was the video. I will see you guys soon. I'm gonna try and post weekly again. I've been really not in a place where I want to post YouTube videos right now, so, but I'll try and do it weekly, or bi-weekly at least. Alright, I'll see you guys next time. Bye!